Joey, your host.
Hi, I'm Gonka, your host roommate.
And I'm Daniel Morris, your news anchor.
And this is Don't Stay Too Long. Welcome back to episode 8 of the Don't Stay Too Long podcast. Sticks fucking died. Woo! No, not whoa.
Oh.
Our fish died.
Gonk sobbed 3 separate times because of this.
Our fish is dead. We have one left.
Now we just have a fish named Fish, and it's not as funny.
Yeah, it's very. You just now have. Can you just rename them the fish sticks?
No.
No.
That'd be like your mom dying and renaming you to Daniel Stacy.
Yeah.
No, that would be like Hope dying, and then
Name you Daniel Hope.
Daniel Hope.
Dope.
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 What's up, Dope?
That would be pretty dope.
Yeah, the fish died.
Speaking of, you guys are nasty.
Yeah.
That thing should have been the flush day of. That was.
We couldn't do it.
You saw me on the day it happened.
We couldn't do it, and then we were gonna have you do it the next day, but we didn't get back until a lot later than we thought we would.
So you guys should probably tell the story of how Sticks died.
Yeah, was that me? Because I was there.
That's probably you.
So, last Wednesday, the day the Hayden episode released, right? Went to class, everything was fine. I was actually having a good day, too. And I got back from class, I literally just came to grab my laptop charger and change my pants, because I was wearing shorts and it got really cold outside. So I wanted to put pants on. And I check on the fish, because they're funny, so I like to look at them.
They're funny.
They are, they're so fun to watch. And I realized that Sticks was hiding, and he wasn't napping. It was really obvious. I couldn't explain how I knew, but it was very obvious he wasn't napping. Something was wrong. At first, I thought he was just dead on the spot.
Do fish sleep?
Yeah.
What do they do when they sleep?
They just sit at the bottom.
Yeah.
And
Really?
They kind of move, but not
I don't think
you can tell.
I don't think I've ever.
They don't close their eyes to sleep.
Yeah, Fish was sleeping last night.
Yeah, they just stand there.
Fish was sleeping when I got back last night.
Stand, float,
Just sit there.
exist there.
Yeah. But he was in the back, and I called my mom because I got scared, and I pulled him out and put him in our little separate tank that we have, or not even a tank, a little bowl that we have. And he sunk to the bottom, but he was still alive. He was still breathing and was moving one side of his body. And he kind of just stayed like that for a while. And then he was upside down and like that for a while, and that scared the shit out of Honka because I didn't tell her he was upside down.
Yeah, she texted me. Was like, I think that she's dying, and I was.
To be fair, I had left to go to Walmart to buy a new fish filter for fish, and he had just turned upside down right when I left for Walmart.
She said he's just. She said he's sitting weird, he's being weird. And I thought maybe he was just tired. He's just being slow. No, me and Joey came back and he was upside down, belly up, floating on the water.
Yeah.
It's you could have told me he was fucking.
And then it was like that for a while, and then we kind of just sat here, and he started to get better, which is kind of sad that he started to get better.
No, it was
we thought he was gonna get better.
No, it was the thing. I don't know the correct term for it, but it's the last burst of life, because it happens when people are dying of cancer and on hospice and stuff. It happened to my grandpa when he was dying. The last day or two.
That did not happen to my cat. Well, it wasn't my cat.
The last day or two before they die, they'll just suddenly get better, and it's really sad because it gives a lot of hope to the families and stuff. And most hospice nurses don't have the heart to tell them oh, this means this is the last.
They're about to die.
Yeah, it's about to get 10 times worse than it was.
Man, I would be such a funny doctor because I would have a terrible what do they call it? It's not bedside.
It would be bedside manner.
Is it bedside manner?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he was upright, and he'd kind of swim around a little bit, and then he'd go back to the bottom. And so he was better. And then I had to leave for Simban. And I told Haley, I was you can't do anything, but please don't let him die. And I was really sad. I was going to be so sad if he died while I was gone. And so I went to Simban, and I texted for a silly little update while I was there. And she was like, yeah, he's upside down again. I was like, fuck. So, Honka left to go to Joey's. And then when I got back, He was upside down and barely breathing, and he wasn't really moving. And then I sobbed on the floor for an hour. I don't know if I told you I was on the floor. I couldn't even get in my bed. I literally laid on the floor, right? You guys can't see, but I'm pointing for Haley Daniel right there for an hour.
So that's why you shouldn't have raised it, so that you could have gotten into
I
bed.
was kind of comfy on the floor. Crying on the floor just feels different than crying in your bed. And then I got up after I was done crying, and he was dead. And then I started sobbing even harder because he was actually dead. And I texted Honka. All I said was, Honka. She knew.
Yeah, I was like, it happened, didn't it?
Yeah, and so I texted our girls group chat because a lot of them were in Sinbad, and they told me to let them know.
Is this the one I'm in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you never chat.
Yeah, Daniel's in. We have a group chat with like us and like 5 other girls, and then Daniel's in it too.
But yeah, and now we don't have 2 fish anymore.
Yeah.
Hence the title of the episode.
It's just, you have a fish named Fish.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, you guys ready for some Would You Rather? We have 6 Would You Rather questions today.
6? That's a lot. That's like...
Me and Haley had a nice giggle over some of them.
That's like double 3, which is the amount of questions we usually ask.
Yeah.
So
because we have no fucking topics.
So yeah, this is like double the question.
Right.
This is like the question-a-thon.
This is the final.
Okay.
The final.
Number 1. Would you rather have someone smoking or farting every time you're in a car and you cannot roll the windows down?
Farting, definitely. The scent of cigarettes, just like, it's so like... I like...
So embedded in the car.
Yeah, it's like, you cannot, like, farts, like, they'll disperse eventually.
Yeah.
Cigarettes don't.
Because it also doesn't say you can't have, like, the AC going. Which I feel like also helps.
Because
I think I would have to agree that
stink.
I'd rather be farting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the opposite though, because my mom.
Me of my childhood.
Yeah, my mom smoked, and I don't know. I'm just used to it. My dad farts a lot, but
so does Scoot.
my dad's like. When I think of farts, I think of my dad's farts, and my dad has the worst farts because all he eats is chicken and fish, and like
he ate our fish.
I bet my dad's worse.
No, my dad eats like pure lean protein. It's so bad.
My dad eats like just chili.
My dad shits like a minimum of 3 times a day. It's
healthy.
No, my dad eats like 12 eggs a day or some shit. It's absolutely insane the amount that man eats.
He's gotta make up for you.
He's trying to even out the
He's picking up your slack.
Anyways.
But yeah, also the cigarette like smell I think is fine in moderation. It's like it's like sort of like gasoline. It's
yeah,
like one of those,
but like I don't mind.
If you can't roll the windows down, I feel like it's like
I don't mind. I do not like the smell of cigarettes, but I would rather have cigarettes smell in the car than fart. But I don't mind cigarettes when it's like outdoors in like an open area.
Yeah, me either.
Like, I don't know, it just doesn't.
I literally had to refill cigarettes as my job. I smelled them all the time, and they smoked around outside my office door or windows. So,
at the nursing home?
Yeah.
Why are they smoking at the?
I don't know, but I hated it so much, and a lot of the employees hated it too, because they're literally there to get better.
Because I also stocked cigarettes, but I never smelled cigarettes.
Well, no, I was like taking them out of a big box and putting them in separate boxes. Like I was actually like touching these cigarettes, moving them over to separate boxes. So I literally would come home smelling like cigarettes.
Well, yeah, I just took like the big box, so like
I had
the 10-pack, and put them on the rack.
No, I would have to take them out of the 10-pack and put them in a singular pack because they only got they were allowed 12 a day. And
the residents?
Yeah.
Really?
Because they get 6 smoke breaks and you get 2 cigarettes at each smoke break, and so it's 12 cigarettes a day.
6 smoke breaks?
Yep. And an employee has to take them out too.
My grandma used to smoke like 2.5 packs a day.
Yeah, like
packs of like 24 cigarettes. Like she used to smoke like 50 cigarettes a day.
What are they stressed about? They're just like chilling.
It low-key bugs me because they also like this one resident. She will sit at the door like that. They take them out for like 30 minutes before the break. Like we'll be playing like bingo or whatever because the activity is like right before a smoke break. And she'll leave bingo. We always end within the hour, like really close to the smoke break. And she'll leave like halfway into the second round and be like, I'm gonna go wait to go smoke. I'm like, girl, it's not that deep. You don't need them cigarettes. Like, you're literally at a nursing home. Why are they letting you
it's
smoke?
an addiction, so it makes sense.
Yeah, like you're literally at a nursing home to get better. Like, why? Because it's also a rehab center.
Yeah, it's like telling me not to crank my hog. Like,
Yeah,
every 5
exactly.
seconds, like, come on.
It's literally a rehab center. Like, why are you letting the residents smoke? But whatever. And why did the 18-year-old have to be in charge of it?
Quitting smoking like cold turkey is like really bad.
That's fair.
They're just so dedicated. Just body just shuts down.
Next one. Would you rather change gender every time you sneeze or not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby?
I'm changing gender.
Yeah, I'll take the.
I think I'll take change gender for 500.
It would be such a cool party trick.
Dude,
Well, because sneeze. Every time I sneeze in 2s or 3s.
Yeah.
So,
dude, Miss Cooper's niece always sneezes in 3s.
her niece.
Yeah, she tells us every time someone would sneeze in class, she would say, "I have a niece who always sneezes in 3s."
Yeah, I always sneeze in 2s or 3s, so I'd either just go back to the way I was, or just be stuck as a man for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I also sneeze in 3s.
Oh, that'd be so.
I usually only sneeze once. Sometimes I do too, but normally I only sneeze once.
Yeah, because you go.
Yeah. I don't sneeze that often.
I sneeze a lot. Hashtag I'm allergic to the outdoors. So.
How instantaneous is the transformation?
I think it'd be instant.
I think it'd be immediate.
Okay, so let's say.
I think you sneeze achoo, and then when you bring your head back up, you're a woman.
Okay,
/man.
so let's say you're doing it, like
it?
the devil's tango,
and you sneeze in the middle.
Yeah, and you sneeze in the middle. What happens?
I guess if you are the man,
Depends on
it goes out, and if you're the woman,
it goes in.
Okay, so let's say
What if you both sneeze at the same time?
let's say you're you're in, and then the woman sneezes. Is it like Siamese twins?
Siamese.
I want to say that would be like you would so you are the man. And you're in a woman, and she sneezes.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that your wiener would just go out because the wiener and the vagina.
Would it go like a swoop?
Yeah, just miss the hole because there's no more hole because the wiener is a lot higher on the body than the vagina.
I never thought about that.
Well, there's not just an open hole right here.
There's not?
No, the vagina isn't the vagina is the vagina is very a lot closer to the butthole than you would
Teaching
expect.
Daniel's sex ed.
The vagina is
because so many men think it's higher.
Yeah, no, it is a lot closer to the butthole than you would suspect.
Huh.
It's probably
Anyway, but is
2
it gay?
inches maybe.
So what if
Is it gay?
Okay, okay, so she sneezes once. And then you just continue as is, but then she sneezes again.
How would you continue as?
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you're
you just stick it in your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you were in the booty hole, because I think women and men buttholes are in the same spot. It would make sense because that's how.
I hope so.
That's how toilet works.
You can never tell with you people. Swapping them around all the time.
Yeah, actually, the vagina is behind the butthole. It's your lower back.
It's back here.
That's what they mean by back shots.
Yeah. No, I just think it'd be funny if both people sneezed at the same time and it just roles were reversed.
I think it would turn into a cloaca. It's so stupid.
Would you rather be really hairy or really slimy? I think I'd rather be really hairy. That's what razors for.
Can I choose both?
Slick back hair on your
head. I think I'll take the slime.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'd rather.
I don't like hair.
Hairy.
Yeah, I think I'd rather take the slime too.
I feel like really hairy would be easier to maintain though, and
I don't
know, but you're really hairy though.
I think I would. I think either way, I'm overstimulated all the time.
Yeah, I feel like slime would be easier to maintain because in my brain you can put clothes on and it would cover a majority of it.
But it's all over your clothes.
You just be wet and damp.
It's all over your clothes and then your clothes are...
Yeah, but then you could just
Yeah, but I would rather have my clothes filled with slime than filled with hair. That'd be itchy.
But then if you're slimy, take your... you just slide around, you know? Just take your shirt off and the hallway is now a slip and slide.
You wouldn't be able to hold anything. You're
gloves.
You're slamming on your hands.
Gloves. You would also have hair on your palms.
I know, but it'd still be easier to grab things, I feel like.
Hair on your palms sounds awful.
When
I think of really hairy, I think of the places that already have.
I'm team slime. You're not convincing me. I'm team slime.
Yeah, I'm very much team slime.
I'm not trying to change your mind.
What's up, my slime?
My slime.
Anyways, I'll let Hunka do this one.
Oh, this one is so funny to me. Okay, so I found all of these on Reddit. I was just scrolling through, like, would you rather leave the EU or stay?
Stay.
Did Boris Johnson make this?
I'm saying
What's subreddit? Is this the Brexit subreddit?
No, it was just would you rather. I was like,
would you rather?
Dude, there were some wild ones on there.
Most of them were like incest. I didn't do any of those because that's
would
bad.
I rather say, like, am I saying this from, like, the position as, like, a country? Like, am I the UK or am I, like, an individual?
You know, I'm not. Whatever you want.
Whatever I want?
Yeah.
That doesn't answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to put the question in because it's really funny to think about.
Stay or leave the EU? I mean,
I would
stay. Probably stay.
Yeah.
Because I think
it's like a team.
I don't remember what happened to the UK, but I don't think. I think economics wise,
I think the Queen died.
Better to. I think economics wise, from like the viewpoint of a country, I think it would be better to stay in the EU.
Yeah, probably.
Now, as an individual, if I was, where in the EU?
It just says EU.
Just EU, just anywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I guess as an individual, I suppose I would stay in the EU. Yeah. I would stay in both cases.
Okay. This guy's a big EU fan.
What would you do?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No,
that kind of defeats the purpose. Like, gun to your head, choose one.
I'm saying.
Okay.
I'd rather be in the EU than the US right now.
The EU.
Anyways, next one. Would you rather have great barbecue and a mediocre foot massage, or a great foot massage and mediocre barbecue? And yes, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and yes at the same time. I felt like I said mediocre barbecue too.
Jones barbecue.
I would take the great barbecue.
Jones mediocre foot massage.
Yeah.
I agree. Jones
agree.
barbecue foot massage. What about mediocre lemonade? Great barbecue and mediocre lemonade, or great lemonade and mediocre barbecue?
Mediocre lemonade.
How mediocre is the lemonade?
Ask Joey.
Well, that wasn't mediocre. That was like repulsive.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly.
Yeah, it killed Nez.
I think, I don't know, because the lemonade could just like be so bad it just like brings down the whole mood. So I guess I would almost.
Team lemonade.
I might, yeah, take the good lemonade and then the mediocre barbecue.
Okay. Last one.
This one's just stupid.
This is copy and pasted from Reddit.
These all were.
Would you rather have 3 dogs and no money, or no dogs and 3 money? We don't know what 3 money means.
I think I'll take the 3 money, and then I would go and buy 3 dogs.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I would say.
I would also say that. 3
Or 3 money.
Or I would buy 2 dogs and a soda.
And have one
and
money.
A soda. And have 1 money.
Well, no, I wouldn't have, because each dog is 1 money, and then the soda is 1 money.
I feel like the soda would
if
be...
If a dog and soda were the same money, that'd be
everything's 1 money.
I think a soda would be like 0.2 money.
No, I think they would all be... I think each individual object would
be... Instead of dollars, can we start saying money? You owe me 13 money.
This is the same, like, concept of the... What is 1 peanut butter?
Peanut butter? 1 peanut butter? It would just be, like, how much, like,
what was that an episode we were talking about that?
No, that was a question Gavin used to ask us.
I think it would just be the amount of, you take 1 peanut and then crush it.
Into butter?
And then...
Into butter?
Like, add just whatever, how much peanut butter you can make from a recipe that uses 1 peanut.
Yeah.
What all goes in the peanut butter?
Me.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
I think pea and nut.
There is peanuts, sugar, and then 2% or less of hyd.
Do you need me to say it?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydrogenated vegetable oil.
I don't know how to say hydrogenated.
No, the middle part of the word wasn't clicking in my brain.
Cottonseed oil, soybean oil, rapeseed oil.
It's a lot of oil.
Wait, is that
it's rapeseed.
I was about to say, is it rapeseed?
That's what canola oil comes from.
Yeah, rapeseed oil. Salt, molasses, and monoglycerides. Oh, it contains peanuts. Warning, contains peanuts.
No! Breaking news! I'm on the beaches of Warrensburg, and there's a huge beached fish on the shore. It's been belly up, and it's been there for like a couple of days. It's kind of stinking up the place, and people are worried. Usually, when like you ever seen like a beached whale, sometimes they explode. It's like really gross. This small, normal-sized fish could very well explode. So we have a brave volunteer, Daniel, number 9. He's here, and he's going to flush the fish. Hello, I'm Daniel number 9. I'm going to flush this fish with my portable toilet I carry around. Bye-bye. Thank you, Daniel number 9. Well, it seems like this crisis has been averted. Now, to the traffic. Hello, I'm Daniel here at the traffic. The traffic's here right now. And we've done a poll recently on would you rather have lots of traffic and no movement or lots of movement and no traffic. And surprisingly, 99% of our viewers voted for more traffic. So I'm here on the Warrensburg Autobahn, and it is completely packed and there's no movement at all. And it seems like it's going to be here for quite a while. So, but hey, at least I can't explode this way. Alright, I'm here at the Weather Central of the DSTL studios, and unfortunately, I cannot read the weather because there seems to be a dead fish on the monitor, and I can't really do anything about it. So, yeah. Back to you.
Waiting for. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, it was open. Shit. I think it barely spilled.
That happened to Donka at church yesterday.
It did. That was Sunday school.
Yeah.
Which you guys did not tell me was Sunday school. Well, I guess we can talk about that.
You went to Sunday school?
We should do that as a segment. Like, not a segment, but like
Sunday
a topic. A topic.
We can talk about it.
Talking point.
Do you want to talk about it?
I would like to talk about it.
Let's go for it.
Suggested that we talk about it. I went to church on Sunday, which I usually do. But I went to a different one. I went to a heathen church.
What?
I went to my church.
So yeah, there's not like too much of a story, but I stay here at weekends and I don't go to the church at home. So it's like, man, I'm missing this Jesus fella. And so, good friend Haley, she's been inducted into a church recently. So I was like, hey, I should tag along. And so I tagged along. And so we went to Sunday school. But Joey didn't tell me.
Yeah, we
Joey
did forget to tell
nor
Daniel.
Haley told me we were going to Sunday school.
We did forget to tell Daniel that.
We went to Sunday school, and I was like...
This feels like an intervention.
I was like, okay, I guess I guess this is church.
Why did you guys go to Sunday school?
Just Joey goes.
So yeah, we went to Sunday school, and I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, okay, yeah, this church is all right. I mean, usually I'm used to more like sermons and stuff, and then we leave, and I was like, well, I guess, was that it? And I was like, no, church hasn't even started. That was just Sunday school. Like, church is over there. I was like, hey. It would have been nice to know an hour ago.
Yeah, I did.
I was very confused.
I did in fact forget to tell Daniel.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And you had told me that we wouldn't be done till noon.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we're gonna be in here till noon.
So funny.
Just talking in a circle. There wasn't even like that many of us. There was like maybe 10. It was kind of weird because we all like were in a group, but we had like there's like 3 very distinct like maybe
pods.
even 4 like subgroups. And so yeah, I got to read. I read parts of 2 Peter or no 1 Peter chapter 2. Haley did not. She's a heathen. And
no, it's because we were done.
Whenever she touches the Bible, she catches a flame because she's a witch. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. They had donuts. They were good. They were good donuts.
Yeah.
They were like they were kind of like the ones from Cohen's. I never figured out where they got them from. But anyway, and then
they have donuts every week there.
But we went to Real Church after that, and it was kind of bumping. It was like there was this old lady on a piano. Denise. She was terrible.
She played piano at Ian and Emily's recital yesterday. So Gonk saw her too.
Yeah, she was tearing it up on the piano.
She's quite the piano man.
There was like one song where she did like one of the like one of those things. It was really cool.
He's quite good at piano.
I didn't like because like they have a projector showing like the songs. I don't like the way they do it because they like type out the like parts of the words, or like I noticed if there was a word where on the last syllable you kind of hold it out, there was 2 spaces before the next word.
Yes. I don't like it either.
And I mean, of course there was like dashes, but like that's kind of normal. I don't know. It was just kind of weird having it all typed out because usually you can just sort of feel it in the song. And usually, like, gospel music isn't the most musically creative. Sorry, Mom. I'm not huge. It's, from a music perspective, it's kind of boring. But not when they did it. They made it pretty interesting. And then the sermon, it was alright. It was a lot of, like, this is the Bible. Everyone said, amen.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is the word of God. Everyone was like, amen. And it was like, Jesus died for our sins. And everyone was like, amen. It was just like a lot of that, and it wasn't a whole lot of actual like substance. Yeah. So I was kind of bored, and Joey fell asleep.
Joey was locked out Sunday. Joey normally does not. This sermon this Sunday was a lot more boring than it had been in the other couple times I've gone. I'm not gonna lie and say that I understand a word that man speaks, because I don't get it. Sorry, Joey.
Well, yeah, you just
go now.
You can a Sunday that you stay. I'll probably go this Sunday with Joey if you decide to stay the weekend.
Joey thought I was Catholic.
Yeah. No, I don't understand. I don't get church. I've never got church.
You like disagree with it on like a matter of like on principle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't believe in God, because I do believe in like God. My issue is I am a very literal person, and if I don't have reason for something, I have a very hard time believing it. And like, my thing is, a lot of stuff in the Bible is implied, I guess. Like, I have a hard time. My biggest thing is how is heaven a place that everyone is like trying to go to, yet it's not a place at all?
It's just over there.
Yeah, shut up. Like, it's the lack of like physical, it's the lack of like just physicality of anything that confuses me so much.
Well, it's also part of, that's where faith comes in.
Yeah, it's like
that's what faith is, because it's a matter of, it's not a real place, but it's believing that it is, even though you can't see it.
That's what my issue.
Is.
I don't have that.
Yeah, so it's like the blind faith like part. Yeah. You just disagree like on a matter of principle.
I can't do that. Yeah. I have to have like physical.
She wants to touch Jesus. She wants to fondle, feel him.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was kind of disappointed because Haley had been hyping up some guy that dresses up as Jesus, which I've like never heard before. I don't think ever I don't think I've ever seen a guy dressed up as Jesus at the church I go to. And so she was hyping up this guy. He's like, you guys don't have the guy that dresses up as Jesus at your church? I was like, I want to see this. Went there, no Jesus.
I told you it was for the play.
Yeah, but you acted like it was like a regular occurrence.
Because I had only gone to church with Joey once when I told you about that.
Well, I didn't know that.
So every time I'd gone to church there, he was there.
Yeah, you made it sound like he was there every time.
He was there every time I went once. And also Joey told me it wasn't even Jesus. I don't remember who he told me it was because I wasn't really paying that much attention.
I mean, was it like a nativity set? Oh, then it was probably Joseph.
That.
Yeah.
It was.
He's the cuck.
Oh. I also just have like not severe. I just have like religious trauma. I don't know. I go because Joey likes it when I go, and
she catches a flame whenever she gets anywhere near anything holy. It repulses her.
It doesn't repulse me. I think it's very obvious it's not my thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I did get to meet Ray.
You did meet Ray.
Yeah, he was so he was like behind because we were like leaving, and like he was behind me, and he like said something to me, but I didn't realize he was talking to me, and then he like said something else, and then I like turned towards him, and he was like looking directly at me, and I was like, oh hi, and it was like I haven't seen you here before, which I was actually kind of surprised because it was like compared to the church I go to, and definitely the one in RT. Like the one I go to is bigger than yours, and the one that she goes to is like double, maybe even like triple the size of my church. Because I would say mine is like very much like 2.5 the size of your church. Because yours is like tiny.
Evangel has. I'm trying to think how many people show up on Sunday because we have 2 services. I don't know. I knew at one point.
Yeah, Adrian's is bigger, but the Grover Park is like huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We're not like huge, but like it's pretty. It's the biggest I've ever been.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big church. So I was like kind of surprised that he didn't recognize me, but like he sort of could. He probably could tell that I was like new.
Yeah.
Which which I could have just been someone he like had been going, but you just didn't see. But so yeah, that kind of surprised me. Also, they didn't do communion, heathens.
Your church does communion every Sunday?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't.
Oh.
We do communion, just not every Sunday.
Is that the bread thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bread thing. We do it at every Sunday, like true Christians. Everyone who doesn't is fake and they will rot in hell.
Who does it to my pastor? Well, we also go to different denominations of churches. I go to an evangel church.
Yeah, Daniel goes to a non-denominational church.
Zach said that yours was non-denominational.
It's an evangel.
Evangel is non-denominational.
They're usually grouped together. But yeah, they don't. You guys also don't do you guys do like baptisms like once a year.
No, we don't.
Oh, you don't?
We do them more often than that.
Oh,
it's still
you guys have to make like a pilgrimage to go there.
It's still probably not as often as other churches, but
wait, they don't do baptisms just out of church?
No, well they don't because they don't have. You guys don't have a baptism tub.
We have one. It's just not in the sanctuary all the time. It's a portable one.
Oh.
It's not portable, but it you can put it away. They literally will take out the front row chairs and roll it out. And they put it away after.
Well, anyway, the church I go to and the one you also go to, they both the baptismal tub is built into the building.
Wait, where?
I think yours was like stage and to the facing the stage to the I think the right. I think where that little opening is. I think is where the baptism, because he was when he talked about it, he pointed over there.
Oh, the little half wall.
Yeah.
I always wondered what that was. I'm
fairly certain that's where their baptismal tub is, because they don't have the backstage is very deep. There's I don't think there's I think it's just wall because the stage I go in Adrian Christian where I go to, you can you could tell there's stuff behind the stage. I don't think there is anything behind it at yours. Man, we just do baptisms whenever someone wants to get dunked.
Well, ours is like, they'll set up a time.
Like, they could literally, like, end of service, just go to the pastor's like, I want to get dunked.
At ours, it's like, we're going to do baptisms on this day. But to do baptisms, you have to go to they call it Baptism 101, like, the week before.
Yeah. You go to school for baptism?
And it's not an actual class, but it kind of just, like, if you're interested or you want to, and they kind of tell you about the thing, and you have to write, it's really small, but you have to write, like, a little testimony about, like, what Jesus did in your life or whatever, and you have to say it in front of the congregation, and then you get baptized.
Ew!
I don't know what they do in the class. I didn't get baptized at this church, so I don't know.
That's terrifying.
We should all do a church swap.
I'd honestly be down. I'll go to both of these churches. I like and don't like going to new churches. I like going to churches to, like, see the difference in my church, but I don't think I could ever regularly go to a different church. At least for a long time. But, like, dude.
Yeah, the only thing is I don't stay home very often. But here.
Yeah. I am staying this weekend. Next weekend I'm going home, and then after that I'm staying for the rest of the semester over weekends. But, I mean, I don't know. I stay here because Joey. And, I mean, you guys don't have a Joey.
Yeah, I don't.
You guys could have each other.
Why did you look at her like that? That's so mean.
Oh, poor Donka. We said Donka the same.
Dude, when I was actually walking to my meeting, these two girls reminded me of us because they were talking to each other at the same time, same voice. They just went, it reminded me of us. I'm sorry, Donk.
Poor Donk. Donk just wants love. If you guys both want love, just make out. Come on, please. Okay, my email. Do we want to talk about my email?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is...
Okay. My email glitched out this morning, like my school email.
Which school?
Like, UCM.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to email my professor and tell him that he told us that an assignment was due Sunday. But in Brightspace, it said it was due Friday, and so it was saying it was late. And so when that happens, because that happens a lot because he changes due dates, he just tells us to email him, tell him we turned it in on time, but Brightspace is saying it's late because he won't get, like, notifications for it. And he wants that so he knows to go and grade it, so he doesn't have to just go searching. And I emailed him and I linked my assignment. And I disconnected from the Wi-Fi, like, right when I hit send, but I, like, spammed the send button. And so, when I reconnected to the Wi-Fi, I went to send. I sent him 57 copies of the file and 17 emails. So, he has 57. What's 57 times 17?
Oh! You attached it 57 times?
To each email. And he got 17.
969.
He has 969 copies of my assignment.
Did he say anything?
No, he hasn't responded yet.
Oh, did you, like, set up, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I did.
Happened.
No, we didn't. Just 900 copies of my...
Sorry, I didn't get it. I didn't get your email. Send me it again.
That's so embarrassing. I'm so glad I'm changing my major. I can't show my face in DMP ever again. It's so embarrassing. 900 copies.
It's really funny.
Dude, I may as well just send him 40 more. Give him 1,000. I guess 31.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
This episode of DSTL was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. It's #1 free-to-play MMORPG game.
Yeah.
Use code Don't Stay Too Long for 5 days of premium membership and 10,000 gold.
Doubloons.
Doubloons. If we took a, like, sponsorship Who do we take it from?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
No,
who's I feel like it's not Dream Guest of my podcast. It's like Dream sponsorship on my podcast.
I feel like it'd be so funny for us to be sponsored by like John Deere. Like that's just so random. Like 15% off your next lawnmower. Henry!
He said, wait, my godchild died?
Oh, poor Henry.
Poor Henry, we forgot to tell him.
I literally have him in class. I have a class with him Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Aw, maybe I'll talk to him Wednesday. I don't talk to him in class. He sits on the other side of the room. Anyway,
poor godfather.
Speaking of sticks, like the fish dying, I tried to send Ian a reel about sticks, like, from trees, because him and Joey always, like, sword fight with sticks, and it showed, like, sticks number 1 through 5, and it was, like 5 different sticks, and, like, which is your favorite stick, and I tried to send that reel to Ian, but, like, I accidentally scrolled and didn't realize, and so I sent him a smoothie ad. He just responded, huh? I was like, yeah, my bad. This isn't even funny anymore. Like, I just messed up.
So I think you should rename him the Fish Sticks, like the guy from Fortnite.
No, because that's literally, how would you feel if Hope died and we named you Daniel Hope?
Okay, but it's also, his name was Stick, or was it Sticks? Oh, it was Sticks?
Yeah.
Well, just name him Fish Stick, and so it's technically not like his name. It would be if my name was like Daniel Hop. Stop.
His name is Fish. Insert Honka's last name, insert Gonka's last name in no particular order. That has not been decided.
Conran Dalton makes more sense because it's
Yeah,
alphabetical, but
Dalton
Conran sounds better.
What about
Donran?
Yeah, or Conalton.
Colton.
Fish Colton.
I like Dalton Conran.
Dalton Conran. Fish Dalton Conran.
Oh, we can tell the story about how I made a decision for you guys today.
You did make a decision for us today.
Yeah.
So, I had texted Gonk. This morning.
This morning we ran into
we ran into each other in the union because I got out of class early and Gonk has class an hour after me in the morning. Her first class is an hour after my first class. And I got out of class early, so I went to the union and we saw each other. And so we hung out for a couple minutes. And she was like, when we were saying our goodbyes, our farewells, if you will, she was like, you should come to Ellis and eat lunch with me, Ellie and Sophia, because Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Gonk, Ellie, and Sophia always eat lunch in Ellis together, and sometimes I attend. And I was like, yeah, if I can, I will. So after my second class, I go to Ellis, because I'm like, oh, Gonk will be here. Gonk's always here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I go in there, I'm greeted at the door by Tevin. I'm like,
Tevin and Quinn are always
there. Yeah, Tevin and Quinn are always in there. I greeted at the door. I'm like, okay, you're not Gonk. I texted Gonk, and I was like, Gonk and Alice, question mark? And she was like, no, in Ut. Not to feel good. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I meant to text you and I forgot.
And I was like, okay. And then she was like, I can come if you want me to. And I was like, it's fine. Like, I can... Like, either you should either come here or I should go to Ut, though. I don't care which one. She was like, I don't care either. It's like, you should pick. And she was like, I don't want to pick. I said, but I want you to pick. Because I didn't want to pick. And she was like, I don't want to pick.
So I came in. I was like, I'll pick. Because I thought it would be kind of funny. And I didn't really know what you guys would say. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I was like, I thought about it. It's kind of a real head scratcher. Stinking. So I picked Ut. Which ended up being probably the best thing I could have done, because we have like 3. Is this the third person that we can't name?
Yeah.
So I guess he who shan't be named was there.
He who shouldn't exist.
Wow.
Oof. Hey.
Yeah,
famous birthdays. We don't got no guest, and we've already done all of our famous birthdays, so we're gonna do the episode's famous birthday.
Whoa.
Episode? If you didn't look at your...
What about we do, like, famous birthdays of, like, our favorite day?
You have a favorite day?
No, but I can think of one.
I can think of one.
Mine's probably my birthday.
Well, then.
This episode was, filmed live, so it's currently March 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So for our famous birthdays...
Because we're all watching this on Facebook Live right now.
We got Diana
We
Ross.
should be Twitch streamers. We could stream this on Twitch.
Don't Twitch
We
too
have
long.
Diana Ross, who they don't know who it is, but it's a soul singer. Jonathan Groff, he plays Kristoff in Frozen. He might be something else, but that's what he's like most known for, I think. And then Kenny Chesney is a country singer. T.R. Knight, he plays George on Grey's Anatomy. One of the best characters ever, and then
The
he
monkey?
died. Gucci Gucci, the founder of Gucci, which we didn't know his first name was Guccio, and that is hilarious. Jay Sean is a
Imagine
rapper.
being named Goodo.
Yeah, Jay Sean is
Baby, are you down,
Yeah.
down? And then to top it all off, we got Nancy Pelosi. Thanks for listening to Famous Birthdays. That's it. That's probably the fastest we've gotten through Famous Birthdays.
Yeah, it was kind of lame. Famous birthdays.
Yeah.
Like only one person that I guess two people I would like have known of. Good old Kristoff and Nancy.
Kristoff and Nancy.
Yeah, so that's the episode.
What is Nancy doing? She's not Speaker of the House anymore.
I like
Is
how
she
you're on a
even-
first name basis with Nancy Pelosi.
I mean, I did meet the
Vicky
Vicky
Hartzler.
Hartzler, so I mean, like they're
my
not even like
my
affiliated with the
grandpa
same
worked
people,
for
but-
the Vicky Hartzler's husband.
2 years ago today, we went and watched the
I
Crucible.
saw that.
We eeped during the Crucible.
Yeah, I lost my wallet.
You
did.
did.
I did. Yeah, that was the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Next week is a very special week. It's April Fool's Day, and we have something big planned.
Yeah, well, we'll actually get Matt on the podcast. It's so crazy. Finally, the stars have aligned.
Yeah, Matt will definitely be there.
Totally be there.
Yeah, we have.
Insert like the like
How am I
whatever
going?
this is called.
Yeah, how am I going to insert a collar poll?
I don't know, just like
In
like
an audio-only
like a GIF.
episode.
Like a GIF.
No one watches it; they just listen to it. Daniel.
Okay, well,
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Today's national day is.
It is National Manatee Appreciation Day.
Woo!
So I'm pretty sure it's actually illegal to like touch manatees, like actually.
yeah, after
And
Steve
you
Irwin,
can't
they
interact
have
with
to
them.
crack down
But
on
if
it.
you happen to see one, just say thank you.
Now, are we
Give
talking about
it
like,
a wave.
are we talking about the animal or the Pokemon?
Animal.
Because this is a mana. I think his is like Manatike or something. But he's Pokemon. And he's a Manatee.
It is illegal to touch manatees. I just looked it up. So don't touch it because you'll get arrested.
It's also
But-
illegal to touch minors.
It is. But if you see a manatee, say thank you. Give it a little wave. You know, as well.
Roger Best is also known as John Manatee. So if you see Roger Best,
No, he's not.
make sure you say hi, John Manatee.
Also, if you do see a Manatee, kick it for what they did to Steve Irwin. Never forget.
9/11. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram and also follow Howie Mandel. Don't forget, guys.
Don't stay too long.
Bye.
See, we're so synced, we don't even need to count it down. It's so cool.
It's just like our periods, all three of us.
Yeah.